All right, welcome to the latest edition of Ragic Office Hour. And let's get started on the questions. Okay, first one, search disregarding Spanish accent. Right. I would like to know if it's possible to use full text search disregarding the use of accent in search strings. In Spanish, there are many words with accents. And very often these words are written without those accents. So normally I have to search twice for those words because I can't know which way they are written in my Ragic database. Okay, yeah, I think we have heard about, we have received feedback on this recently. And yeah, our backend search engine, I think there should be something we can do about these accents. So yeah, I, I will talk to our developers about this, and also I think they probably already have a task already on this that we will be supporting, accents, searching across different accents, different versions of the word. Morphers and see if full text search will can support different accent versions of a word. So, okay, thank you for your feedback. All right, next question. Language of database setting sheets. It seems like when I change the language of my database to Spanish in user groups, company settings, they don't change as they're still in English. Yes. Yeah, because basically these sheets are just normal standard Ragic sheets. So if those sheets are in English and they don't really change language automatically because they are designed like your normal sheets. And right now, Ragic Sheets does not support, automatic um, changing into a different language version when you use a different language. So, but this is something that we're working on in the future, so that well, it's a feature that we're already testing internally. So basically, what we will do in the future is that we will create a language translation bundle that you will also be able to create a language translation bundle for your forms that you designed on Ragic. And you will be able to create different translations for your sheets. So you can translate each individual fields and sheet names, etc. And when your users change to a different version, it's gonna try to apply this language translation to all your sheets. So we'll do the same for our system sheets, those users and groups and company setting sheets, so that they can be translated when the different language users are using it. Okay, so we will be supporting these in the future, and yeah, we're doing it step by step. So we're adding more languages and giving a more in-depth support for each language in the system. Behavior that even these system sheets are designed with Magic like any sheet you designed. We will be adding sheet translation feature so that system sheets like this, even your own sheets, can Yeah, we do think the sheet translation feature would be really helpful for translating your application to different languages, because right now when you the only workaround for you to design different language versions is to like either have the field name as like your name and other language versions, or you create different multiple versions for the same sheet so that different language users can use different sheets. But if we have this translation feature, then you'll be able to just design one version of the sheet and create translations. And when the user use a different language right here, choose a different language here, and the user will be able to see the sheets that you designed in different languages on the same sheet. Okay, next question, Ragic in China. I see that online databases are hosted in Google or Amazon servers. Will there be any limitations for user in China due to country's internet restrictions? Yes. If there are users from China, the Great Firewall will block things randomly. So it's basically random. So there will be times that connections from China users to the outside will be really slow, and such as switch feature can be used or Ragic could be slower and available at time. And it's not going to be restricted by features. So the Great Firewall doesn't know anything about Ragic's features, but they just at certain times, certain time period, is going to be especially slow or with especially high amount of packet loss. So it's going to be substantially slower and have higher latency at certain times. And is there any way around this situation? We do have a dedicated server in China. So we do have a Chinese server that's only for Chinese users. So if you registered with a China IP with the simplified Chinese version, your account will be created on the China server. So if in any case you would like to move your account to China server, you could use the need help link at the top right and ask our support staff to help you schedule a move. But do remember that if you move your account to the China server, then users outside of China will also have the same effect, that it's going to feel that the service is going to have higher latency, higher packet loss in random time periods. So it depends on if you have more users in China or more users outside of China. So if most of your users in China, then I would say, yeah, go for it and ask for our system administrator to help you move your account to the China server. But otherwise, if you only have a few users in China, then I would suggest that you use the server that's closest to most of your servers. And if you want to create an on-premises server in China, then yeah, that will also work. So you can host all your data on your on-premises server if you're able to set up a server in China. Okay, so we do have a China server that you can ask our support staff to move for your account, but it will only make sense if most of your users are in China, because connecting to a China server from outside of China is also the also a little unreliable at times. Yeah, it's not something that we can address. And the China server we use is from the Aliyun, the Aliyun. So um, yeah, it's basically something that's really hard to avoid, and you have to choose, which side inside of China or outside of China is most of your users. Okay, I hope this answers your questions. So, yeah, and so if you have any questions, feel free to use the Ragic question sheet to ask your questions, and I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks. All right, bye.